It was quiet all day until you're ready to go live, and then all types of noise happens in the background. Good evening, everybody. Shern, Cutter Smooth EP Digital here with Nanko Arrow, the New Age Nerds, Urban Astronauts, whichever you want to call us. But welcome to episode one of a new era, a new day, a new thing coming about. And we are in a new location, the Ion Houston. New Age Nerds, Nanko Arrow, bringing a new show, episode one of Fly Friday. What is Fly Friday? Besides a moment in time every week that I and a few friends with New Age Nerds or Nanko Arrow are going to bring to you and talk about some new industry insights, some things that we're learning. So, kind of give you some news what we're going through, whether it's technology, whether it's with business or startups, or anything else that's kind of interesting that may deal with what we're dealing with. And what we're dealing with this week is flying cars. I know y'all seen it. Y'all have no idea. It almost got annoying. But everybody, like a lot of my friends know, yes, we are building flying cars, urban air vehicles to be exact, not to be confused with flying cars, but still the same industry. And what happened in the flying car industry this week? Y'all probably saw it go viral. A company out of Europe did their maiden launch, city to city, a good 35 miles of their flying car. Now it is a transition car. I know you saw it. It's a regular vehicle. Regular, looks like a sports car almost. But it could take off from a airport. Kind of, there's a thing about that we're going to talk about. But it takes off from an airport. You can drive it on the road, drive it to an airport, use the airport, fly out the airport, and go to another airport. So airport to airport travel, but at least it's in another city and you don't have to drive the whole way. So there is a bit of advanced mobility within that, but I'm not too sold. Again, it is cool. A lot of people text me and email me, Shern, you see this flying cars? You see this flying cars? It's so cool. I was like, oh yeah, it's cool, but it ain't that cool. It is cool. I'm not gonna hate. I am not gonna be a hater, y'all. But it's a flying car. So if we're going to break down the industry of what is what in terms of this VTOL, so you guys, if you're new to this, they say industry experts say 2020 was the actual year in which VTOLs, flying cars, would kind of break out, go viral. You know, there's an official industry that everybody's talking about. So 2020, it kind of went boom. There's a few players. Now there's a lot of players, a lot of talk, and a lot of money on the table. And guys like this, I think it's Aircar. You know, them doing their maiden flight from city to city is very big. Before, I think it's Terrafugia. They've done a flight as well, but did not get this coverage that Aircar has. Now, I think it's still going viral. I will probably get another email or another text saying, Sharon, did you see this? You see this flying car? Oh, that's so cool. So yes, it's like a transformer. Us nerds, I know you nerds love transformers. So it is a transforming vehicle. So a transforming thing is pretty cool from the engineering aspect. Very complex, kind of unneeded to do the job, but you know, it is what it is. But it is cool indeed. Flying cars are here, and it's popular. And it seems as if this crazy idea is even accepted. So it's an airplane car, something, you know, you would need a pretty good license to fly, if not a commercial pilot license to fly. But a lot of people are digging it. They like it and they are sharing it. The fact that there's a flying car out there is something to be happy about. You know, about the future, being in the future. Like everybody's happy to be in the future. And it's like this flying car may not be the best flying car, but at least the one today has gotten a lot of people excited this summer in 2021. So there's a very bright future ahead of us. So, you know, shout out to Aircar. Congratulations on that maiden flight. Definitely look forward to some of their success in the future. But, you know, we can't call them competition, right? Which we're going to lead into our next topic. This week, bump my glasses. This week, what also happened at the same time was Revolution Aero, which is a aerospace conference specifically for flying cars. Now, I haven't been to one. This is my first Revolution Aero. Even though I've been coming up with the ideas and following different things for years, it goes to show you a lot of these people and stuff was very low key until last year, in which now a lot of stuff is being very broadcasted out, in which a lot of people are knowing about it now. So Revolution Aero happened this week. Major conference, global conference, talking about all of the different aspects of flying cars, urban air vehicles, VTOLs. So VTOL. If you're new to this, that means vertical takeoff and landing. What does that mean? And again, the air car, flying car does not technically, it is not technically a VTOL, right? So how that's going about the industry is something different because, urban air mobility is good, but VTOL is different from short takeoff and landing. So let's give a little bit description. This is an airplane. Yes, it's my phone, but think it's an airplane, right? So airplanes usually have a runway. My arm is the runway. Yes, I know it's my arm, but it's a runway right now. And the plane needs runway to take off, a lot of runway for regular planes. Short takeoff needs a short takeoff runway, right? Now, vertical takeoff, no runway. You just take off wherever you are, right? To me, vertical takeoff and landing, VTOL, is the ultimate flying car or air vehicle because flying cars nowadays are being associated with cars with wings. Cars with wings essentially needs a runway, unless some of these players that were presented during the Revolution Aero has wings, but is also a VTOL. Now, I definitely look forward to those guys in the sky, especially off that VTOL, how it just comes off the ground. If you're a fan of flying cars, so we're going to think about this, and this is talk about practicality versus coolness, because I know it's cool. Just being able to fly and get off the roads is very cool, but I like to deal in the world of practical. Now, if I am a flyer of an urban air vehicle, I don't want to have to leave my house, then go to an airport, take that airport to another airport, then get in traffic after that. No, flying cars are going to avoid all of that right from the get-go. So that's why I'm in love with VTOLs. And in the industry of VTOLs, it's still brand new. Everything's up for grabs. What did we learn this week? Well, there's very few players that are succeeding. There's a big talk about SPACs, special acquisition company. You've heard about them, i.e., there's a way to create a company to go public before the actual technology company goes public, right? So a SPAC is put together to buy out another company, and that buyout is essentially going public, right? So that technology company, for example, if we are developing, we want to go public. Let's say we want, go public now before our technology is ready. We could do a SPAC, right? And that SPAC will raise funds, right? I.e., go public now, buy us out later. Now that later buyout is equivalent to us going public because the SPAC has already gone public. So that's the thing of today of how startups can get that large fundraising from public fundraising and getting it now before having to really go public. So that was a big topic right at the beginning of the conference. Cleared up a lot of things. So there's quite a few SPACs out there, and their goal is to raise a whole bunch of money and then go out looking to acquire other startups. So if you're developing something out there, develop it good, and there's a hefty pile of money being built up right now with some other piles being built up right beside it just to buy you out in the future. So that's good to know, i.e. the industry's hot for sure. And they are placing bets on a lot of things, whether it's the vehicle whether it's the systems of the vehicle or the infrastructure. And there's a debate back and forth on what is going to trail what's going to be, how's that going to play out, right? Do you invest in infrastructure only, or do you invest in the vehicle? In the end, they're all going to invest in all of it at the same time. Each one of those has to happen in tandem. Meaning, so if you have ideas like us that deal with any parts of the ecosystem, well, there's money out there for you. Very good to know. So I don't want to beat that, because there's a lot of topics that they discussed. They discussed another one, being safety. What is going to be the most important part that is going to drive the sales, the certifications, the regulations, the politics, everything within this industry has yet to be answered. And that falls into safety, 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 safety. All like safety for the passenger, safety for the pilot, safety for the vehicle operating in that environment, safety for the environment in terms of pollution. And they're talking about air pollution, sound pollution, vision pollution. All of that falls under safety, safety. I call it safety to the 12th, because it's about 12 different levels of safety, right? And it was everything. Majority of the conversation followed that aspect of safety. And I love that, because that is the number one thing in terms of us building a vehicle. That's what we're focusing on right from the beginning, right? So again, on Fly Friday, welcome to the Fly Friday talks on this industry and other industries of flying cars, VTOLs, right? And Nanco Aero, Nanco Tech, New Age Nerds Technology. We are an advanced systems developer. To every engineer building something, you got to focus on safety. Now, as we go to build out this vehicle, and I love it because I've already thought a lot of this through, what they were talking about, how to address different things of protecting the passenger, protecting the environment. When you start with safety at the beginning, when you start developing your product, a lot of those things, a lot of those headaches that other companies are dealing with right now, we get to avoid. So I like that. So this Revolution.Aero conference really solidified a lot in us that Nanco Aero is going in a very good direction. I am proud. I mean, happy. I'm excited, proud, happy Friday today. So it's a real happy Fly Friday from the information that was confirmed to me this week, that the money's there, the industry is open, the innovation that we have is yet to be done, meaning we are still unique, people. 16 years, not necessarily we've been developing it, but I've held on to the idea of 16 years, this concept, and still yet nobody came out with the concept even close or remotely like it, and then be confirmed in this conference by, subject matter experts all through there to confirm we're on the right direction, and we're going to continue on that direction. So that is excellent. I like that. And that's I could talk about that all day, but we're going to go ahead and close out in these next 2 minutes and leave you guys with the question, because once safety is taken care of, well, what's the next thing? What's the next thing that's really got to drive the industry, drive the sales of these flying cars? Because do you want to fly a car? I know you do. I know you want to fly above the traffic. It's Friday. I'm about to get out of here and I'm about to hit traffic. So when it comes to getting over that traffic, how would I like to do it? What am I going to focus on? Is it going to be the power of that vehicle? Good. Got to have safety. That's number one. Without safety, I'm not flying. So got safety, power, practicality, and style. So I see a lot of vehicles out there that are ugly. Do you find them to be ugly? Would you fly in that air car? I need y'all to let me know, right? So in these last 60 seconds, my question to you is, what is important to you to get you to buy into flying cars? The ones you've seen, are they suffice? Will they work for you? Do they have enough power? And for me, most importantly, are they kind of stylish? Do they look good? Or is it just an ugly machine in the sky, right? A lot of people like Lexuses and Lamborghinis. Will we ever have a Lamborghini style in the air? Something to think about. Let me know for next week. On next week's meeting, same time, Fly Friday with Shern Cutter Smooth EP Digital, The Urban Astronaut, Nanko Aero. We are the future of space in the making. Let y'all know. Happy Friday. Happy Fly Friday. Peace, y'all.